The oarfish, a creature that seems to have swum right out of mythology. With its serpentine body stretching up to 36 feet long, gleaming silver scales, and a vibrant red dorsal fin that runs the entire length of its body, it's no wonder this fish has inspired tales of sea serpents and dragons for centuries. But the true story of the oarfish is even more fascinating than the legends. Let's dive deep into the insane biology of this mysterious denizen of the deep. The oarfish, scientifically known as Regalicus glisney, is the world's longest bony fish. While most fish we're familiar with have a typical fish shape, the oarfish looks more like a living ribbon with a body that can reach lengths of up to 36 feet. That's longer than a school bus. But despite its impressive size, the oarfish is surprisingly delicate. Its body is compressed laterally, meaning it's very thin from side to side. In fact, an adult oarfish might only be about a foot wide, giving it a surreal, almost two-dimensional appearance. One of the most striking features of the oarfish is its elaborate dorsal fin. Unlike most fish, whose dorsal fins are relatively small and located on their backs, the oarfish's dorsal fin runs the entire length of its body. The first few rays of this fin are elongated, forming an impressive crest that rises above the fish's head like a mohawk. These elongated fin rays serve a fascinating purpose. They're believed to be sensory organs, helping the oarfish detect vibrations in the water. This is crucial for a creature that lives in the dimly lit mesopelagic zone between 200 and 1,000 meters deep. Speaking of living in the deep, the oarfish's eyes are another incredible adaptation. They're enormous in proportion to its body, allowing it to gather as much light as possible in its dark habitat. These eyes are also unusually mobile, capable of rotating to follow prey or detect predators. But perhaps the most insane aspect of oarfish biology is its skeleton, or rather, the lack of the skeleton. Despite being classified as a bony fish, much of the oarfish's skeleton is cartilaginous, more like a shark than a typical fish. This makes the oarfish incredibly flexible, allowing it to move through the water with sinuous, undulating motions. The oarfish's skull is particularly bizarre. It's small and poorly ossified, meaning it's not fully hardened into bone. This unusual skull structure allows the oarfish to extend its jaw to an extreme degree, creating a massive gape that it uses to swallow prey whole. And what does an oarfish eat with that expandable mouth? Primarily small crustaceans, squid and other fish. But here's where things get really weird. Oarfish don't have teeth. Instead, they have gill rakers, comb-like structures in their gills that filter food from the water. This feeding method is known as ram feeding. The oarfish swims with its mouth open, allowing water and small prey to flow in. The gill rakers then trap the food while allowing water to pass through. It's an efficient method for a fish that lives in the open ocean where food can be scarce. Now, you might be wondering how a fish this large and strange reproduces. The answer is, in a suitably bizarre fashion. Oarfish are broadcast spawners, meaning females release their eggs and males release their sperm into the open water where fertilization occurs. But here's the crazy part. A single female oarfish can release up to 300,000 eggs at a time. These eggs are tiny, only about 2 millimeters in diameter, and they float near the surface of the ocean. The larvae that hatch from these eggs look nothing like adult oarfish. They are small, round, and have elaborate, spiky fins that make them look more like exotic ornaments than fish. As the larvae grow, they undergo a dramatic metamorphosis. Their bodies elongate, their spiky fins reduce, and they gradually take on the distinctive ribbon-like shape of adult oarfish. This process can take several years, and much of it remains a mystery to scientists due to the difficulty of observing oarfish in their natural habitat. Speaking of habitat, the oarfish's preferred environment is another aspect of its insane biology. These fish are built for life in the open ocean, far from any coastline or seafloor. They're usually found at depths between 200 and 1,000 meters, but they've been known to dive as deep as 3,000 meters. At these depths, the pressure is intense, up to 300 times greater than at the surface. The oarfish's gelatinous body composition helps it withstand this pressure. It's also thought that the oarfish's large surface area relative to its volume helps it absorb oxygen more efficiently in the oxygen-poor deep waters. Despite their size and unusual appearance, oarfish are actually prey for several larger marine animals, including sharks and whales. To defend themselves, oarfish have developed a unique escape mechanism. When threatened, they can shed part of their tail, much like a lizard. this sacrificed portion of their body can continue to move, distracting the predator while the oarfish escapes. Now you might be wondering why we don't know more about such an incredible creature. The simple answer is, oarfish are incredibly difficult to study. They live in remote parts of the ocean that are challenging for humans to access. Most of what we know about oarfish comes from specimens that have washed ashore or been accidentally caught in fishing nets. In fact, live oarfish weren't filmed in their natural habitat until 2001, when a team of US Navy personnel encountered one while working with a deep-sea remote-operated vehicle. Since then, there have only been a handful of other recorded sightings in the wild. This rarity has contributed to the oarfish's legendary status. In Japan, oarfish are known as Ryugu no Tsukai, or messenger from the sea god's palace. They are believed to be harbingers or signals of earthquakes and tsunamis. While there's no specific evidence to support this belief, it's a testament to the awe that these creatures inspire. As we conclude our journey into the insane biology of the oarfish, it's clear that there's still so much to learn about these enigmatic creatures. Their unique adaptations, from their ribbon-like bodies and sensory dorsal fins to their gelatinous skeletons and deep-sea lifestyle, make them one of the most fascinating species in our oceans. The oarfish serves as a reminder of how much we have yet to discover about our planet's marine ecosystems. As we continue to explore the depths of our oceans, who knows what other incredible creatures we might find, each with their own insane biology waiting to be unraveled.